Hey, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be doing maybe a stupid comparison, but maybe it's just stupid enough to get some views on YouTube. So we're going to be taking a look at what it's like to use an on-camera shotgun mic, something like the Rode VideoMic Pro versus the Shure SM7B. It's pretty ridiculous, but hear me out here. It's not completely ridiculous, potentially. On-camera shotgun mics, I think for a lot of YouTubers, a lot of content creators, kind of one of those first audio purchases that people make. I'm pretty sure it was the first audio purchase that I made. And for good reason. You know, people want to take their cameras on the go. They want them to be versatile. They don't want to have to take a lot of gear. And these will definitely give you much better sound quality than the microphones in your camera. And as far as price is concerned, there might not be as big a disparity as you might think. On-camera shotgun mics vary in price. There's a huge variety of them, and they can go anywhere from, say, maybe $50 all the way to around $300 versus $400 usually for the Shure SM7B. So not that far off. Like I referenced earlier, these are a lot of people's first audio purchase. And the Shure SM7B is a microphone purchase that a lot of content creators make after they've been doing it for a while. It's kind of an aspirational purchase. It's kind of a keeping up with the Joneses kind of thing. You see these mics pop up, you know, in all sorts of scenarios, huge in podcasting, but live streaming, game streams, etc. You'll see tons of people across all sorts of genres utilizing this microphone. So the question is it something other than like an aspirational purchase? Is it something that you really need to really elevate your audio? Can you just sort of get by with that very first purchase that you made, the on-camera shotgun mic? This can plug in right into your camera and no need to worry about syncing audio after the fact. The only bit of additional gear that we're going to be utilizing for this test is just a really long 3.5mm extension. So we're going to plug this into the mic and then the other end will run all the way to the camera. For the broadcast dynamic microphone, whether it's something like a pod mic for $100 or the Shure SM7B for $400, you're going to need an XLR cable, and you're also going to need a completely separate audio interface to run the microphone into. So that's another additional bit of equipment, something that's going to require syncing because you can't run it right into your camera unless you have a camera that has XLR inputs. So I think that's enough for kind of the intro, and let's just go ahead and get into the different comparison tests, and then we'll come back and see how they sounded.
Let's go. Are you ready?
All right, so now we've got both mics hooked up. I've got the Shure SM7B running into the Cloud Lifter, running into my Audient Evo 4, and then I've got the VideoMic Pro boomed right out of the shot, pretty close to me. And that's running directly into the GH5S. Hopefully the levels are set pretty decently. I'm not going to do a lot of tests here. I'm just going to read something so I can have something that's exactly the same to compare to, maybe across multiple videos. I'm trying to get my wife up here to read the same thing so we can just have a female voice. Apparently that's important. Like, I think there's a lot of women in the world. Maybe they buy mics. I don't know. The Hunt for the Gay Planet began as a spoof of Knights of the Old Republic's Makheb DLC, a planet in the game's universe where gay characters existed and queer relationships were possible, available only by paid purchase. But it became a greater statement about assimilation. Anna Anthropy is a 30-year-old teen witch. She is the author of Rise of the Video Game Zinesters and ZZT, and maintains the game archive, the Game History Archive, and archive.com. She lives in Oakland, California with her familiar, a black cat named Encyclopedia Frown.
The Hunt for the Gay Planet began as a spoof of Knights of the Old Republic's Makheb DLC, a planet in the game's universe where gay characters existed and queer relationships were possible, available only by paid purchase, but it became a greater statement about assimilation. Anna Anthropy is a 30-year-old teen witch. She is the author of Rise of the Video Game Zinesters and ZZT, and maintains the Game History Archive and archive.com. She lives in Oakland, California with her familiar, a black cat named Encyclopedia Frown. Is this a real game?
All right, now I'm just going to type, well, not really type, but just bang away on keys on my keyboard. I've got Cherry MX Clear switches, I think. And so I'll just kind of bang on those for a bit and just talk over it. And you can hear how each mic picks up my voice versus picking up the sound of the keys clicking away. that was it. Now it's conclusion time. How much of a difference is there? I want to know what you guys think, but how important is it, or how necessary is it, or essential is it to upgrade your microphone? I think I really want to stress this year about maximizing the gear that you have as opposed to running out and buying new gear, especially stuff like this, like the SM7B, which I said before is much more of like a status microphone and not necessarily one that everybody necessarily needs. Why do I have it? Don't do what I did. Listen to what I say, not what I did, not what I bought. Affiliate links in the description below. I'm curious to hear what you guys thought. What were the differences between the two microphones? Was one necessarily better than the other? And if so, why? Yeah, I'll just really encourage you guys to make the most of what you have, and don't let like the gear that you don't have or the gear that you think you need to do something hold you back from just start making stuff. That'll make you better, that'll improve your skills, but also make you more unique. Well, anyway, I hope that was helpful. I hope you learned something. I don't know what you would learn, but maybe it inspired you or made you think about why you should or shouldn't upgrade gear. Like if you like, hate if you hated. There's not a hate button, but just hit the dislike button a couple times if you really feel that strongly. Maybe subscribe if you want to see more of this extremely important content on YouTube in the future. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.
Let's go. Are you ready? You've been staring since I came in. I know you wanna get to know me. But honestly, I came with my girls, wanna dance by ourselves. Can't you tell?